Alright, here's the video review of the latest thing to arrive from Sphero, the Sphero Mini. It comes in several different colors. You can get it in the green. All the colors down here are blue, green, orange, and pink. And plain white. This is the orange one because, of course, it is, because it's mine. But this showed up today, or actually showed up yesterday from Sphero. Thank you very much, Sphero. It came with a little note, much like a thing, a little something, Sphero, and it is a little something, along with a little press promotional package pamphlet, and it is small. It's smaller than even I was expecting. I'd seen pictures of it, but it's really roughly ping pong ball sized, which is really kind of cool. There's just a quick circle around the box there, and just slide this little plastic thing off. This comes all clear stickered together. There's some over on the side originally, but you can pull out the little Sphero itself in its case. And then down here underneath you get a charging cable, a little mini legal guide, just, you know, the basic little guide to the Sphero in here, and then a little baggie that has 6 bowling pins and 3 traffic cones that you use to set up some little bowling or obstacle course games for. They're just like some kind of rubbery plastic, maybe even just rubber accessories. You can get a set that comes with 6 cones and 10 pins to go with it. I've got one of those on order. You can also, like I said, it comes in different colors, but you can order different shells for it, which we'll talk about later. And of course, you get the little charging cable. I haven't used this one specifically because I have a micro USB already plugged into the wall, so I've just been using that one. But you do get a little charging cable for it. Then up here, you just get a little flyer that says basically download the app and set the ball down. 2, okay. Yeah, open it up. Download the app, plug it in and charge it, clip it back together. This says, that's saying, okay, there we go. That's saying open it up, charge it, and then download the app. Whatever. There's an order to things right there on the inside of the flap. So we'll go ahead and push this back down in here and close this up if we can get this. There we go. And then hang on to the little box. Onto the Sphero itself. You just pinch the sides here, pull it out. It does have some rubber pads in here to keep it from rolling around when you've got it stored. It also comes initially, one, with a little plastic wrap around it to hold it together, but also this little pad in the center here is sticky. You can pull that out. It will still sit. These pads on the side are just rubber grips and not sticky, so you can still use the case and have it not roll around. I just haven't bothered to pull the sticky thing off because why not? But then you've got a little storage case for it when it's not being used. But yeah, here is the Sphero Mini. Like I said, you can see in my hand, it's about roughly ping pong ball sized. And here it is next to its larger cousin, which is more baseball sized. Now this one, while it has the seam, you can throw this one in the pool and it can float around in the water and roll on the top of the water, especially if you've got one of the covers for it. This one they do not recommend sticking in the pool, and that's because unlike the larger one, this one actually splits in half. It does not have the inductive charging. You actually pull the mechanism out. You can see the little wheels here that actually spin the shell around it, the weighted bottom, and it's kind of a clear, you can kind of see some of the stuff in here. And then you charge it, the micro USB charger plugs in right here, and then the little LED will like blink different colors, and once it turns solid green, your Sphero Mini is charged. But yeah, and then a couple little wheels up on top to allow for the process to roll around a little bit. But yeah, so you can, like I said, you can buy different shells. So this one is the one with the orange stripe on it. You can get a solid white one that looks more like a large Sphero. You can get one with a blue stripe, a green stripe, or a pink stripe as well. So those are like $10 each. But you can get, you only have to buy the actual mechanism once, and it comes with a shell, and then you can buy extras if you want to customize it. Then you snap it back together, and we'll turn it on. And you do that by activating the app here. We've got the app. I don't know how well it's showing up, but we'll activate the Sphero Mini app here on the iPad. You take a minute. There we go. Should be some, there we go. Sphero Mini. It's not running as well on here on my phone, except the terms of, I've already done this on my phone. Please enter your age. I am 40. I'm not 41. No, I don't want email. Now it's loading. And here we go. Connect to a robot. It has picked up my little robot, so I'll hit connect. And you'll see this start to blink. It's connected. Now I need to aim it, much like all the big spheros. I need to rotate it so the blue light is facing me. Now, right now I can't really tell. There it is. Blue light is now facing me. It's hard to see here with the bright review lights on. But now it's done, and once that's done, I can use the joystick to drive it around just like I could with the original Sphero. Again, I don't want to go too nuts because I don't want it flying off the table. But you get the idea. It's a fun little robot to drive around. It doesn't get quite as fast as the original, but it's there. Now, you've got other options to drive it. Like I said, you've got the joystick here, which is just drive it around and it'll go in the direction. And if you ever need to readjust it, you click that and turn it so there's a little blue light in there. I don't know how well... Oh, it is actually... That's weird because it doesn't look that bright to my naked eye, but you could see that that blue light inside there was really getting picked. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, so you line that blue up so it's facing you so it knows which way is forward in relation to you, and then you can steer it again. So if it ever gets out of whack, you can readjust it. Now, however, there are other ways to drive it. Oh, that's the connect to a different one. Come down here. You can drive it by face drive, which goes forward if you smile, back if you frown, and then you tilt your head side to side to make it go left and right. I've not had a whole lot of success with that, only because my beard makes it hard for the app to tell when I'm smiling or frowning. Tilting back and forth works okay. You can go tilt, where basically you just tilt your actual device to make it go. A slingshot, which you pull back and let go, and it will go. You can do like a quick thing and it won't go as far. You can pull it all the way back and it'll go a lot faster and farther. It's kind of going off into the corner here because it doesn't have the room. But you can drive it by slingshot as well, which is fun for games like the bowling pins. You try to aim it because you can pull it to the side or to the left or the right and aim it. And so you can set up some of those little rubber bowling pins down on the floor and slingshot at it. And then the joystick, which is just to basically touch the screen and do it. Now you've got some customization options here. I don't know how well these are going to show up. You can change the color. I don't know. It's not really showing up, but you can change the internal LED. You can cycle it through various shades. All the way left over here turns it off. All the way to the right, it has a solid white LED like the original. And then you can make it blue. Again, it's not really showing up very well. Let me see if I can turn off some of these lights. And there you go. You can kind of see some of the color changing here. Let's see if we can get this up top. There you go. You can see the different colors of the LED on the Mini, and then the volume and the music speed volume if you want. There's advanced settings, which is basically you can code the robot. If you want to get Sphero EDU, you can code this little thing or completely power it off. When you shut down the app, it'll automatically turn off and go into standby mode, and then automatically turn on when you turn on the app. If you do not, if you power it off, then you have to actually plug it into the charger until the LED comes on before it will turn back on again. And then there's some games, and this is what's actually really kind of fun. Like the ball itself is fun as a mini version of the Sphero, and so you can throw it in your pocket. It's tough enough. And again, if you do end up getting some cosmetic damage on the outer shell, you can replace the shell very easily, unlike the original Sphero. But there's some games, and like you use the Sphero as the controller for the game. So like here's a round trip in which you have to try to keep this little. It's kind of like a version of Pong. And basically how it'll work is once this starts going, I'll hit play, and rotating the sphere, you can see rotates the display, and I've got to try to keep that inside the radius using the blue things. And once they're all gone, a new one shows up. Now we got 6 sides. You kind of want to always keep it going toward the middle. You can glance it in other directions, but if you don't do it properly, it will end up going out of bounds. See, like that. And on that one, when they had both a blue and green arms of the shape, it will. You can only hit it. You can only bounce it off of a bar that is the same color as the ball, and if not, it'll go right through the bar. So that one's a little bit difficult, and it gets more insane as you go. Oh, yep. See, it went right because I didn't have the right color bar there. It went right off the screen. But so that's this game. Let me go back to the games. That one's kind of fun. There's Lightspeed Drifter, which is very similar, except there's a car on the screen, and you're basically controlling the tunnel it's going through, and you need to have it hit the speed ramps without running into any obstacles. And it gets, again, progressively harder as you can see as I rotate it, as the game goes on. This is just a basic, try to hit all the... You can see there's a countdown timer running around the edge of the screen that I have to get there. So now I've got a score bonus, I'll get a time bonus, and then the time counter will go back up and around. I've got full time again. So now we'll go to level 2, and I'll have to avoid obstacles as well as try to hit those speed ramps, because the faster you get through, the more time bonus you get, and the more time you get to go through the next level. So now I want to hit those arrows without running into, you can see, into those obstacle pieces here. There we go. And so this time I'm just going to be practicing stars, and then on the next round I can tap the screen to like shoot out a shockwave that will help clear out obstacles in front of me. But you'll also notice that like you have to make a decision between, in some cases, between grabbing stars and hitting the speed bumps, because sometimes they're right over the speed lane, sometimes they are all the way on the other side. So you want to balance between charging up your shockwave and hitting the speed things to get through the level. I'll do one more just to show you how the shockwave works. See, if I hit the shockwave now, it'll start blowing away obstacles for a little while in front of me, and then I can start grabbing more stars to charge up my shockwave again. But at the same time, I still have to I still have to balance between missing obstacles, hitting speed things, and collecting star charges, because I want to, again, the faster I get through these levels, the more time I have for the next level. And as they progressively get harder, and you start running out of time or crashing into more obstacles, it's a pain in the butt. So there we go. And that's the basics of that game. And see, now you can see my timer didn't go all the way back up and around. I don't know if you can't. Yeah, see, there's the timer right there. It's starting to go again. Oh, I didn't want to close that. Okay. So now the Sphero has shut off. We'll reopen it, and we'll reconnect to the Mini. And we'll go back to the game. We'll show off the last game here, which is an old top-down shooter like 1942 or some of those old games. And you basically use this as a trackball, front to back, left and right, to steer your spaceship. So see, up, forward and back makes me move forward and back, side to side. Oh, it's good. And you basically got an auto-firing gun, and you just got to steer and blow stuff up. Oh, see, now I got double missiles. The basic gameplay here is familiar to anybody who grew up playing, like, old arcade games. We're going to continue. Wave 1 is complete. So yeah, It's not anything world-shattering, but it's really kind of neat to have some of these just really basic games, but that you control with the ball itself. If you don't have room to roll it around, you can still have some fun with the Sphero and an app. So that's kind of cool. Mines equipped. Oh, I'm dropping mines. What you fail to realize is my ship is dragging mines, and that's the second time I've gotten to use that quote tonight, and I'm thrilled with that. Defeated 80% of that wave, which is pretty good. And it even says, good, yay! Okay, anyway. Choose your tech. Do I actually get to choose? It says choose my tech, but it looks like all I get is I repair my armor. Whatever. Oops. See, I want to spread these mines across the screen, because now stuff's starting to come up behind me. Oh, tap to continue. Okay. Oh, but I still got my mines, so that's good. Tap to use pulse bomb. Oh, pulse bomb will clear the screen, so I should save that until I'm in danger. There's some. Now I've got side. Oh, I'm not shooting my straight forward anymore, though. But I guess I am shooting to. Now there's alien ships coming to attack me. Oh, and I've got some sort of... Oh, that must be my pulse bomb rotating around me, because I haven't used that yet. I'm trying to hold this up straight so it's a bit more visible. Oh. See, normally I shoot straight and off to the side when I have these things, so this is good for waves like this, but not so much for stuff coming in straight ahead of me. Oh, see, now I've got the two straight ahead, but not... I've lost my side-to-side stuff. Average. Fair enough. I don't think I've made it this. I think usually that level is where I blow up, so... Because I usually don't have the side-firing guns when all those ships are coming in. And the only way to get them is to get in front of them. And then I blow up. Ah! I don't know how you're supposed to dodge those. I guess I can back up. Yeah, there we go. I can get up here, shoot them, and back up, but even then... I can pulse bomb, and that clears out the whole screen. Oh, okay, I see my health. I've only just now figured out where the health bar is on this thing. Okay, we'll do one more wave, or until I blow up. And then we'll back out. But this is basically the Sphero Mini. I'm having a good time with it. I wish I could do more. I had a setup here that would allow me to do more of the actual driving around. But driving around is fun. Oh, now we got a mix of... Oh, they're coming from all directions. Okay, give me... Oh, there we go. Now I've at least got some wingmates. Help me blow these dudes up. Oh, I lost one of them. Oh, no. Oh. I lost my pulse bomb and my wingman. Oh, no. Yeah, oh, I got another continue. Okay. I don't know how... Yeah, I don't know how that's supposed to work. Game over. But that's it. That is the Sphero Mini. It's a fun little toy. It's much cheaper. I think it's $50 for this versus the 120 for the larger one. But it's a nice little baby cousin to the big Sphero. And it comes in orange. So that always gets a thumbs up from me. But yeah, it's a fun little product. Sphero's putting out some fun little toys. I love the Spider-Man. I haven't messed with the Lightning McQueen, but it looks neat. They've got all those Star Wars droids, and they've got a whole bunch of like these various versions of Sphero, and they've got the Ollie, which I do have an Ollie. I don't know if I ever reviewed that because I kind of picked that up with a gift card a few years ago. A couple of years ago, I don't know. But yeah, Sphero Mini, it's a whole lot of fun in a little tiny package.